Hello, how are you doing? It's Justin here again, and this time I'm going to teach you how to tap your foot, which kind of really sounds funny to me to even say that I'm going to teach someone how to tap their foot, because it should be the most rudimentary, most ridiculously easy thing ever known to mankind, only it isn't. So, what do I need to tell you about tapping your foot? Well, first of all, tapping your foot is really important because it kind of locks you into the rhythm. And especially if you're playing in a band or whatever, or if you're playing with yourself, keeping rhythm is really, really important. It's probably the most important thing you can be doing while you're playing, other than getting the kind of the notes right. So obviously developing some sort of strong rhythmic feeling is really important. So tapping your foot is important on a, if you like, a musically spiritual level. God, that makes me sound like a hippie, but just it gives you the feeling, it gets your body moving. Part of your body is feeling the pulse of the music. And one thing that you can definitely do, which it doesn't matter how you tap your foot, but a really good exercise is to just tap your foot all the time when you're listening to music. As soon as there's music on, whether it's you're in the car or on the bus or listening to your iPod on the tube or whatever, you should be trying to tap your foot along all the time. Really, really important. Probably not tapping the foot that's on the accelerator if you're driving the car. That could be a bit hazardous, but otherwise you should always be trying to tap your foot. Now, I'm also going to give you a few hints on exactly how to tap your foot, because it's amazing the problems that can happen if you just don't think of the consequences of the way you tap your foot. So the first thing is, which foot are you going to tap? Now, if your guitar is sitting here, it's sitting now on my right leg. Yeah. So if I'm sitting on a seat, I know I'm sitting on the floor, so right now tapping my foot doesn't make any difference. But if I was sitting up on a chair and I tap the foot that's connected to this, my right foot, then it's going to be bumping my guitar up and down like this every time I tap my foot. So probably it would be a lot better idea for me to tap my left foot than it would be my right. If you were left-handed, you probably want to be tapping your right foot. Yeah. So whatever the foot that you're going to tap is the one that the guitar's not sitting on. If your guitar's sitting on your right leg, then you're going to tap your left foot. It seems really simple, but it makes a really big difference. Now, some people don't like doing that. I've come across people before, students, personal students that I've known, private students, that have not got on with tapping their left foot because it kind of feels weird. Now, if that's you and you don't feel that you can tap your left foot and you really want to tap your right, then you have to tap with your toes and not your heel. Now, if you do that, it tends to feel a little bit awkward, and for me it's not as solid a feeling of tapping, but it's the only way around it. Or you tap your toes inside your shoe, which, excuse me, it means that other people wouldn't be able to see that you were tapping your foot, but it doesn't matter. Really, you're tapping your foot for you. Now, just to demonstrate these things, I'm going to go to a quick stand-up of me sitting on my sofa over there so you can see the results and the way that you should be able to tap your foot, particularly with the toe tap, because it's a little bit unusual. So let's go and have a quick look at that. Okay, so what I just want you to have a look at, first of all, is the effect of if I tap my left foot, my guitar stays still no matter what I do with my left foot, it's all cool. But with my right foot, as soon as I tap that, the guitar body is jumping up and down. I don't know if you can see the headstock in shot or not, but it's jumping. Now, if I'm trying to change chords like that, it ain't going to work. And now if you just have a look at the close-up of my foot there, you can see if I'm using the heel, which is how a lot of people like to tap, that's what's moving my whole leg. Whereas if I just tap with my toes, the rest of the top part of my leg doesn't move at all. So it's definitely much better for you to use if you want to use your right leg, use your toes to tap, not your heel. Or even more preferably, just use your left foot, because then you can tap with your toe or your heel, however you like. Also, the alternative, if you look closely at my foot there, you'll see if I just tap with my toes inside my shoe, you can kind of see my shoe moving a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, and it's enough for you to get your vibe, and you can quite comfortably tap away like that inside your shoe. Even like this, look, now I'm tapping my foot, probably can't even see it. Okay, so I know I didn't go to the sofa, right? I went to the chair because we couldn't get the camera to be in shot properly with the sofa, and it was all a bit weird. So apologies for those of you who are expecting to see me sitting on a sofa then and then saw me sitting on a chair. It must have been very shocking. Anyway, not as shocking as the ridiculousness of me trying to teach you how to tap your feet. I still think that's a really funny concept, but I'm amazed at the amount of times I've taught people how to tap their foot properly. So that's why I'm trying to teach you this. I know it sounds funny, and you're probably just going to leave all sorts of ridiculously horrible comments about me on YouTube. So I'm doing it for your own good. I'm trying to help you out here. So, first of all, make sure you tap your foot now all the time along with any music. Anytime you hear music or you're playing music, try and tap your foot along. Especially, what would be a great thing is to go through some of the chord sequences from either from stage 1 or from this stage and start going through, and as you're playing them, put the metronome on at say 60 beats per minute, click and get your foot going and your down strum all at the same time. So metronome, your friend the metronome, at say 60 beats a minute. And actually this is not going to work out very well because I'm just going to have to keep talking for a second while I adjust it because it's all got on a funny setting. So metronome at 60 beats a minute here. Turn the volume right up as well so you can hear it. Then you'd be tapping your foot, tap, 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 and then you would be strumming down strums at the same time. Now I'm tapping my knee. That's an especially advanced move, the knee tap, but you don't want to get into doing the knee tapping just yet, right? But this is the idea. What I want you to do is have the metronome, your down strum, and your foot all going at the same time. If you spend a little bit of time on that, I know it seems a little bit ridiculous me saying this now, but it will make a huge difference to how well you pick up your rhythm guitar in the next stage. So please have a bit of a go at that when you can stop laughing at me. And I shall see you for another lesson very soon.